March. We're talking about the Western calendar here. In the middle of March to the end of March, on the Western calendar year, the dragon well is being harvested in the Yangtze Delta area. Then it carry on to 碧螺春, or we call it 洞庭碧螺春, which is grown around the Taihu area or the Tai Lake area on the east and west side of Dongting Mountain. So that's another very famous type of green tea that's harvested right around Qingming time. So Qingming, it's known as, usually falls on April 4th or 5th, April 5th, I would say, on the Western calendar. And that is definitely one of the 24 solar system for the agriculture calendar in China. So after Qingming, basically that's the gateway for most of green tea types or subdivisions to be picked. And the end of the picking season for green tea also fall on a solar term called 谷雨, the grain rain. So the grain rain literally means I don't really have a lot of tea leaf coming out, but I'll use a strainer. The grain rain literally means hundreds, if not thousands of grains started to sprout and grow into their spurt, like a growth spurt, like a peak season after the April rain or the May showers start to kick in. So that is the end of the picking season for green tea. So from that point on, you are more than welcome to choose any green tea that's available in the market for that year. Now, green tea is believed that to be best served during the year its harvest, and if at all possible, no longer than the second year. So basically the shelf life of 2 years. And since green tea is least processed, meaning it's basically just going through withering naturally, no roasting of any type, so it doesn't really carry the character, it doesn't encompass any characteristic to preserve itself very long. This is a cup of heaven that we are enjoying for sure. I'm going to take a sip. Dragon well to me is always a very interesting varietal, as it definitely carries on the freshness and grassy notes of any green tea. However, it does have this very nutty and rich and kind of like mature flavor of harvest. It just feels very warm. It just also reminds you of the area it's grown, which is around the West Lake. It's a very, very nice and scenic area around Hangzhou area. Also the hometown for silk. So, so that concludes our episode today for green tea, and I cannot wait to share other tea types with you coming up. For the meanwhile, please take best care, and thank you for joining me.